What up, y'all? I'm Christopher Markland. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Bad Hair. When I first heard about this, I thought it was a documentary on Tyler Perry's movies, but as it turns out, it was a pretty good movie. But before we get into it, y'all, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I will be doing reviews like this one in the future. Written, produced, and directed by Justin Simien, who also was the writer of the movie Dear White People. The movie starred Elle Lorraine as Anna, Vanessa Williams as Zora, Jay Farrow as Julius, Kelly Rowland as Sandra, and Usher Raymond as Jermaine. Set in 1989, Anna had been on her job as an executive assistant for the last 4 years at a music television production studio station. Anyway, she'd been there working up under somebody else. That's 4 years in the same job, the same rut, the same routine. Now that routine was shattered because the company was then bought out by another another studio house or whatever. So they came in. That means people were fired, jobs were lost. It was the whole shakeup. Zora, the Vanessa Williams character, she was basically now the new studio head in charge of everything. So that's when, she basically interviewed all the people that were already there. Now, Anna, she was definitely talented, definitely innovative. She had some great ideas. So in her interview, she presented those ideas to say, hey, we can revamp the station, we can do this, we can do that. Now, Zora loved her ideas, even though she's one of those low-key people that's like, you can't really tell it, or at least Anna couldn't. But as Anna was getting ready to leave her interview, Zora made a comment about her hair. Now, spoiler alert, this is where you could see Zora's hair start moving around, so you know that there was some supernatural stuff going on. That's the good part of this movie. There's a lot of stuff in the background. The camera movement also set the tone on certain themes. The music was on point. It had a lot of good things regarding that. So going back to the movie. So anyway, after Zora made a comment about Anna's hair, saying, yo, you need to do something about that thing on your head. That's basically what she said, but she was a little bit more diplomatic, if you will. But what Zora was trying to get across, Anna definitely picked up, because that's when she went and got her hair. She didn't get it straightened, she went and got weave. Y'all, I haven't had hair issues in a while, but definitely from talking to black women, knowing black women, interacting with black women, I know, I've heard the horror stories, not only of your hair, but definitely in a corporate environment. That was another good point about this movie, because it touched on something that was so powerful, and not a lot of people could have conveyed that. So it was a great way of bringing up something as important, something as powerful as the crown on your head, a black woman's hair. Anyway, so let's dig into a little bit more. The thing is, once she got the weave in her head, yeah, it was more than that. The weave was literally in her head. It was in her because it was basically possessed, I guess is the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? The movie, the hair itself, excuse me, the hair was actually feeding on blood because, like I said, it was possessed. I mean, it was kind of crazy, but it was, once again, it was a cool way to do it. So throughout the movie, that's when it kind of takes a turn and it goes all over the place. It's let me put it this way: it was a good movie, had a lot of good points, definitely had a good storyline, but it lacked in a lot of areas. One of the main areas was, in my opinion, acting. Now, Anna was on point, Vanessa Williams, a couple of the other main characters, they were definitely on point. Jay Farrow, I don't know, something about that dude. He's always Jay Farrow, a comedian. He does a lot of impersonations. He's actually a damn good stand-up comic, a good comedian. In this role, it's just something about him. It just, I don't know, it just didn't fit. His character, it just didn't work for me, and his acting wasn't the best. So it kind of took me out of it a little bit sometimes. And there weren't a lot of male characters in there besides Usher, Jermaine, James Vander, basically that's Dawson's Creek. In fact, he was like maybe one of the only white characters in the movie as well. But that's one thing. The acting really and truly wasn't the best. Also, some of the writing was a little bit flawed, for lack of a better word. At times the story kind of dragged. At times it was a little too campy. Now, don't get me wrong. The movie was definitely a satirical take on bad hair. Just the whole premise of it. it wasn't meant to be serious, if you will. It wasn't a documentary. It wasn't a. It was what it was. It was a horror comedy. In fact, it reminded me of the movie Little Shop of Horrors back in the day, where the only thing was this Bad Hair wasn't a musical, but it was the same feel. It was a lighthearted approach on a difficult subject, and as such, it was actually pretty good in that regard. But you know, it was just. I don't know. And then speaking of Usher, he was there for like 2 scenes. There were a lot of characters that played the same role in moving the story, but they weren't moving the story. Like I said, it was a hodgepodge of different things. So overall though, I did enjoy this movie. 1, because of the subject matter. 2, because quite honestly, this was actually a good movie. It was entertaining for what it was, and it was well done. The CGI graphics weren't over the top. The acting wasn't over the top. The writing could have been better, but it wasn't bad. It was actually a good story. It was definitely entertaining. So I definitely give this one 3.5 out of 5 hearts. I enjoyed it, y'all. I like this one. But tell me what you think about this movie. Tell me what you think about the characters. Tell me what you think about the whole premise of hair, not just in the movie, but in your life. Have you had to endure a certain situation regarding your hair? Have you done, say, the big chop? You know, let me know about your hair stories. I would love, especially your hair horror stories. I see what I did there. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know. All right. Hey, once again, thank y'all. Stay determined. See y'all next time.